Yeah, especially when you mentioned he leads the GLIAC in punting with a 42 average. Must have got the side of the foot there.
(11-6), Saginaw Valley over NMU. 11:30 to go here in the second quarter. And Carter Kopak is back out there for NMU. Brandon Smith's lined up in the backfield. Kopak, he's going deep for Nichols. Incomplete, and there's a flag on the play.
You got to think that's pass interference. Nichols had him beat, and then come back, the quarterback makes a play on him. Pushed on him before the ball was to him. Interesting to see Carter Kopak. He had a lot of time in the pocket on that play, and we saw his arm strength. He got that ball at least 20, 30 yards on the play. That's the kind of plays that are going to explode this offense. We've seen them run the ball a lot today. You run it, run it, run it. All of a sudden you got a little play action pass.
That'll make it first down now for the Wildcats.
Interesting to note Brandon Smith in the backfield again.
Brandon Reynolds is in at fullback. Kopak back to pass. He's looking for Wells. Ooh, incomplete.
Great defense by the cornerback, number 20 there. He makes the play. He stays with Wells and holds on to baffle the ball out of Wells' hands.
Branchow and Nichols are lined up at receiver. Kopak rolls right. And he throws it, and that's a flag, and it looks like intentional grounding.
Bad, young mistake by Carter Kopak. He should have just went down in the pocket there. I wonder what the referees are actually discussing down there.
Well, that moves the NMU offense backwards. Third down now. 24 to go.
We've seen a lot of three receiver sets today with one running back in the backfield. It's been interesting to note.
Tyler Schraubens checked into the game at receiver. Branchow, Nichols, and Wells are the other receivers. Kopak completes it to Brandon Smith, and he's tackled near the 49-yard line, and that will not be enough.
And one question I have after that play, Pete, is where was the offensive line? We saw four defenders, four red shirts coming in on Kopak. He had to make a play.
Yeah, Kopak not getting a lot of time on that possession, and NMU will be forced to punt the ball. And Garrett Peck comes back out for his third punt of the day already.
It'll be huge for Peck if he can peck it, no pun intended, inside the 10-yard line. That'd be huge for the Wildcats.
Grimes is back to return for the Cardinals. Good looking punt, but it'll go into the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Just a little bit too much leg.
Well, it's 11-6 here in Marquette. The Cardinals are leading the Wildcats. 10:20 to go here in the second quarter.
It's been an interesting game so far. Not so fundamental as maybe we thought it would have been. A lot of mistakes out on the field, especially for the NMU Wildcats, and we might be looking at a different score if it weren't for penalties.
Yeah, the Wildcats are going to need to cut down on the penalties.
You know, momentum might have a lot to do with that. The Wildcats come in 1-3. They've had two tough losses. Michigan Tech, their rivals. Going into rivalry week, Saginaw Valley got to beat their rivals Northwood.
Emmett will get the carry. He goes to the outside and picks up a couple.
With the carry,
That'll bring up second down now for the Cardinals.
And almost the question you have to ask, how long will it be until Bernie Anderson maybe mixes it up a little bit, goes with the veteran Ben Hempel at quarterback, maybe throws it a little bit more.
Yeah, coming into today, Ben Hempel actually leads the GLIAC in passing efficiency. Stiefel will give it to Emmett again, and this time he stopped short for a 1-yard gain. Zach Gauthier on the tackle.
And though we've seen a lot of running in this game, the NMU Wildcats up front, they've been able to stop the long play. So that's why the score is 11-6 here. The Saginaw Valley has dominated the clock, but they're not able to make big plays.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4th now for the Cardinals. Ball on the 26-yard line. 9:05 remaining in the second quarter. Stiefel working out of the shotgun. And there's going to be a flag on the play. False start. So the Cardinals will move backwards.
And this has been a game full of penalties. Coming into this game, Saginaw Valley gives up about 25 yards per game in penalty yardage. So both teams a little bit young, a little bit inexperienced, and sometimes the penalties could affect you.
That makes it 3rd and 9 now for the Cardinals. Four receiver set for Saginaw Valley State. Stiefel, the pressure comes. Nice play there by the NMU defense.
A lot of time to read that play. Stiefel's back there. He comes back to his offensive line, gives him a little bit of notice, hey, what we're going to do. 5 receivers set. That's not going to give him a lot of time or a lot of blocking up front. And as we mentioned in the pregame, Saginaw Valley gives up the most sacks in the GLIAC. We saw it right there, a big sack.
Scott Avery brought the pressure for NMU. Here comes Fournier to attempt another punt. Fred Wells is back to receive for the Wildcats. And it gets a friendly bounce. Wells picks it up around the 20. He's past the 30. He cuts to the outside. He's got some space. And the Cardinal defense closes in, and he'll be out at around the 42-yard line.
Fred Wells makes something out of nothing there. The ball bounces out of his hands. We saw the punt actually get some good yardage on the play. Fred Wells makes something out of nothing. Maybe a late hit there on the play. We're seeing early how important Fred Wells can be to this offense. Last year he was voted the offensive player of the year for the team. And important, he's a leader out there. He's a veteran out there, a transfer from Eastern Michigan University too.
(11-6) here in Marquette. Wildcats down to the Cardinals. 8:09 remaining in the second quarter.
So sad to note that after that wonderful return by Wells, they're back in their 15-yard line again.
Carter Kopak under center for the Wildcats. Brandon Reynolds and Mark Boussois are lined up in the backfield. Branchow and Nichols are the receivers. Boussois, play action. Kopak looking for Branchow, and that's incomplete.
And that play developed a little bit too late. Branchow was wide open off the play action. He kept going and ran into defenders there on the play.
John Jacobs on the coverage for Saginaw Valley.
This is time Carter Kopak's just got to sit back, take a little breather, get back on that offensive front, do something here.
2nd and 10 now, ball on the 15 for the NMU offense. Tyler Schraben checks in the game for NMU. Branchow and Nichols are the other receivers. Kopak hands it off to Boussois. Boussois cuts out to the right, and he picks up a nice gain.